Okay, so our next task is to create our dataset based off the tweets that are being fetched. Now, the first thing that we need to do is import a new package, and this package is the CSV. And from CSV, we want to import writer. And this is what's going to allow us to write to a CSV file, and we'll write the tweets that we receive. Now, before we do that, we do need to create a new file, and this file will be called bitcoindata.csv. And this file is just going to be our local database in a sense, okay? And it's just going to hold all the tweets. So inside of this if statement, we have a print statement, and we're just printing out the tweet. Now, what we need to do is we need to save this tweet in a list. And we need to save it in a list so that we can write it properly into a CSV file. So what we can do is we can do with open, and this is going to open our CSV file. So we can do bitcoindata.csv, and what we want to pass in is a plus, and this just stands for append. And then we can do new line equal to nothing, and this is just going to write it in a new line and separate each tweet in a new row. Okay, so what we can do now is we can do CSV writer, and we can set this equal CSV writer equal to writer, which is the function that we imported above, and we'll pass in write object, which is this variable here. And then what we're going to do is CSV.writer.write row, and so now we're writing a new row, and we're going to pass in the list which holds our tweet. Let's actually change this to tweet lst, and then we'll paste it here. And what should happen now is we should append each tweet to this bitcoin.csv file. So I'm going to let this run for a minute, and we'll make sure that it works. And so all these tweets being printed here are being saved into our CSV file. And whenever we stop this from running, we should see all these tweets be saved into our Excel file. So I'm going to open our sentiment analysis course, and in here we have our Twitter bots, and I have our Bitcoin data here. So I'm going to stop it from running now. Okay, so now it's stopped running. And if I open this up, what should pop up is, oh, weird. Don't save. Let's try now. Okay, cool. So as you can see, we saved every tweet in a new line, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. And that's very cool, because now I'm just going to extend this over here. Now what we're going to do next is I'm going to continue this from running. I'll keep it running. And let's close it before, don't save. And it should continue adding more tweets to our database. And as you may know, the more data a machine learning model has, the smarter it is and the better it is at predicting future data points. So if I stop this from running, and if I open this, we should see more tweets now, and that's exactly what happened. So our next task is to collect a large enough data set. So I'll keep this running. But what we're going to do afterwards is we're going to fill these in manually. And what we're going to fill it in with is these labels here. So we'll have one label for bullish, one label for bearish, one label for neutral, and maybe one label for scam. Okay, and so this is what our model is going to predict. And so right now we're just creating our own data set with these tweets, and I'm just going to go over each of these tweets and give it an appropriate label. And you can do this if you want, and you can put whatever label you want. But if you don't want to do it, I will have this data set uploaded, so you can just use this one. And yeah, so I'll keep my script running, and I'll collect a large enough data set, and then I'm going to add a label, and then I'll see you guys. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in a bit. I'll keep this video playing, and I'll just pause. So see ya.